Will cooler home prices prevail? If January is any indication, things are getting a little less expensive. According to today's latest Case-Shiller index, which tracks 20 cities across the country, month over month, home prices dropped 0.6%. Year over year, they did rise 2.5%, but that's a much cooler number than the 4.6% rise we saw year over year for the previous month that we had data for, and that would be December. But despite prices cooling, rising mortgage rates are the new wrench in many homebuyers' plans, even though they have fallen from October's high. So what will the year's spring housing season look like, and who can afford to buy a house? The CEO of real estate giant RE/MAX, Nick Bailey, joins me now in a Fox Business exclusive. Well, let us start with mortgage rates, Nick. I mean, while down 2 basis points from last week's number, the average 30-year fixed is more than 1% higher than it was at this time last year. I mean, we've got it on the screen. This time last year, it was at 5.33%, and here we are now at 6.89%. What is this doing to real estate demand?
Well, hi, Liz. Great to be with you again. And you're right. Interest rates, and they are bouncing up and down, and they will probably continue to do so. We know what's happening with short-term interest rates and the Fed trying to cool inflation. But we always have to keep in mind that mortgage rates are based on the 10-year Treasury, and that can fluctuate at a different rate than the short term. And so what it means to buyers is rates are going to bounce around, we believe. They have been over the last couple of quarters, and we believe they will continue as the year progresses.
Okay, but that's still more than a full percentage point more expensive year over year that we're looking at. I guess from where you sit is what I really want to know. What does business look like for you?
Well, I see a couple of things. One thing that's happening when you look at prices, we talk about them cooling. You mentioned the numbers, about 0.5%, but they're still up from a year ago, but they're just not rising at that double-digit rate. That's good for buyers. Keep in mind that even though rates have gone up, all we talk about is the 30-year fixed. There are things like the adjustable rate mortgage. That was more than 35% pre-pandemic of the mortgage products out there, and it dropped to single digits when the 30-year fixed was so low. And so we're seeing buy downs come back, which is an opportunity for buyers. Buy down that interest rate and also look at adjustable rate products. So there are opportunities out there for buyers other than just the 30-year fixed. And quite honestly, what's interesting about the 30-year fixed, the average homeowner in the U.S. lives in their home 8 years, and the median's 12.3. So in many cases, people are choosing this long-term 3-decade mortgage, but they may not need it. They can have an option at a lower rate. The other thing that's happening is buyers are not competing and paying over list price. And so what we were seeing a year ago is though interest rates were lower, they might have been paying $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 over list price. And we're not seeing that today.
But we're seeing that let me interrupt you because we're looking at one of your ads, and it shows this lovely family with a little baby. Mortgage affordability has gone down. It is so crazy how much people have to spend of their disposable income now compared to before the pandemic, right, before the lockdowns. We can put up some of these numbers because to me, this is really the issue. That before, it was something like 30 to 35% of people's disposable income. That's what they were spending on their monthly mortgage. Then in October of 22, that was the high. 55% of their entire monthly nut that they could spend had to go toward their mortgage. And now, at least February, the most recent, is 51%. Nick, I'm sorry, that's not a pattern that is going to work for a lot of people right now. And what's going to make it change so that the next generation can afford a home?
Well, affordability has certainly been a hot topic, and you're right, people are spending more, but there are a couple of things that have happened that we've seen in the market. One is first-time homebuyers are taking advantage of lower down payment opportunities. There are different type of loans that are 2, 3, 4%. There may not be the 20% down, and that's coupled with maybe a lower interest rate. As we look at the number of homes sold, what's really kind of affecting the market right now is move-up buyers. 90% of homeowners out there have an interest rate less than 5%, and of that, 50% of them are under 3.5%. And so until a life event like getting married, having another child, really has a forcing function on a different property, it's going to be first-time home buyers that stay at the forefront of these lower interest rate, more affordable type products. But I will tell you one more thing. New construction can't come out of the ground fast enough. We have less than 1 million homes on the market. And so it really comes down to supply. And so to answer your question, if people are going to have a chance at better affordability, we need more product out there.
That is true.
And we're not going to see that anytime soon with new construction. And because of the move-up buyers being comfortable with their rates, inventory is going to continue to be tight, and affordability is going to continue to be an issue this year.
Nick, thank you very much. Let's hope that people get that affordability, because it's really something's got to give. But thank you very much, Nick Bailey of RE/MAX.